Hello, it's Ron again, and I'm in the North Carolina Modern Real Estate Practice book. And excuse me, could you bring my glasses? And I'm on question 20. I'm on question 20, and on page 451. It says Mr. Salesman sells a property for $58,500. Now the contract he has with his broker is 40% of the full commission earned. What is the salesperson's share of the commission? So we assume this is not a co-op deal because it doesn't say it is. We assume that the whole commission is coming into this company. So we're going to take the $58,500. That's the price. 6% is 6% of the $58,500, and $58,500 times 0.06, and my calculator says that the total commission is $3,510. Now the salesman is getting 40% of that. So 3,510 times 0.40, the salesman's commission is going to be $1,404. $1,404. And that is the answer to question number 20. That's the answer to question number 20. They should all be that easy, don't you think? Now, let's see what's cooking on question 21. On question 21, question says a woman buys 348,400 square feet of land at $75 per square foot. She divides the land into half-acre lots, and she keeps 3 lots for herself and sells the other lots for $24,125 each. What is her percent of profit? Now, you remember the formula for percent of profit is profit divided by cost. However, that's not the way I teach it, because that's not the way I learned it in the 5th grade. When I learned it in the 5th grade, we learned what you made over what you paid. What you made over what you paid. What you made being another word for profit, and what you paid being another word for cost. So what you made over what you paid is a little easy to remember. Well, we got to figure out what our hero paid in this case. And let's see. She bought 348,480 square feet of land at 75 cents per square foot. So she bought this much land and she paid this much for it. All right, let's see. 348,480 square feet times 0.75. According to my calculations, she paid $261,360. She paid $261,360 for the land. So what she paid was $261,360. So then she divided this property into half-acre lots. Now, by the way, I'm assuming you've got it memorized that there's 43,560 square feet in an acre. If you don't have that memorized, now would be a good time to go ahead and memorize that. So let's see, I'm going to have to do a little erasing here. And so she originally bought 348,480 square feet. So if we divide that by 43,560, we can figure out how many acres she's got. 348,480 divided by 43,560. So she bought 8 acres of land, and she divided it into half-acre lots. Oh, hold it, my notes just flew away. She divided it into half-acre lots. So if we take the 8 acres and divide it by half acres, 0.5, which is a half expressed as a decimal fraction, we can see that she was able to create 16 lots. So she had 8 acres, we divided by 0.5, and she created 16 lots. Well, it says in the question that she kept 3 of the lots and sold the other 13 lots for how much? $24,125. Well, I'm going to have to do a little more erasing. Sorry I got such a small little easel blackboard here, but that's the way things worked out. So she sold the 13 lots for that much money there. All right, let's see. 24,125 times 13. So she sold the property for $313,625 after having paid, what'd she pay for it? We got that written down somewhere. After having paid $261,360 for it. So we're going to subtract what she paid from what she sold it for to figure out her profit, or what she made. So 313,625 minus 261,360. My calculator says she made $52,265. $265. So she made $52,265 on a $261,360 investment. What you made divided by what you paid. So 52,265 divided by 261,360. My calculator says she made a 19.999 or 20% profit. And 20% profit is what the book says is the right answer. That must have been some government official figuring this out, because it looks to me like she made a 20% profit and she still owns 3 lots that are worth $24,000 apiece. So I need to find a deal like that. So if you see one, give me a call. That looks like a good deal. So she made a 20% profit on that, or 19.99% profit. what you made divided by what you paid. Now, if you don't have 43,560 memorized, as I said, you better memorize that. That's the number of square feet in an acre. What you made over what you paid is so simple, you don't even have to know how to spell. So, it's, everybody good with question 21? So let's truck on to question 22. Holy moly! Question 22 is a proration question, and it is a proration of insurance. Man, this is too much fun. So it says here that on June the 6th, 2010, we bought an insurance policy for $437. Now, does everybody know, or you can presume, that insurance is paid in advance? We always pay for insurance in advance. So on June the 6th of 2010, Mr. Seller bought this insurance policy and he paid for it a year in advance. Now it says here that we are going to prorate this using the banker's year. Banker's year. That's 12 months a year, 30 days in every month. So, okay. So we're going to use the banker's year, and we are going to prorate it through the day of closing. That means the day of closing belongs to the seller. All right? So in June of 2010, in June, oh wait a minute, well, I'll tell you what, before we do that, let's figure out what one day is. Let's divide this number by 12 to get the monthly rate. All right, 437 divided by 12. So that's 36.416666 per day. I mean per month. Per month. Then let's take that number and divide that by 30 days to get the daily rate. All right, so that's $36.41666 divided by 30 days. My calculator says 1.21388888, blah blah blah. So that is the daily rate. Well, the next thing, in June, we had Mr. Seller bought the insurance policy on the 6th of June. There's 30 days in June. There's 30 days in every month. So he bought the policy on the 6th of June. So he has 25 days that he owns the insurance policy. In July, he has 30 days. In August, he has 30 days. We're using banker's years. In September, he has 30 days. In October, 30 days. In November, 30 days. In December, 30 days. In January of next year, 30 days. Now, we are closing on February the 16th, and we're prorating through the day of closing. So in February, the seller owns the insurance policy 16 days. All right? Now, adding up a column of figures like this, let's be pretty careful, make sure we got it right, okay? We got 25 plus July plus August plus September plus October plus November plus December plus January plus 16 days in February. So my calculator says that he owns the property, owns the insurance policy 251 days. Now, check me out, 251 days. He's got 25 days in June, banker's days, 30 days and all the rest, and then 16 days in February. So he's got 215 days that he owns the policy at 36.444. Everybody following me here? So this number here times this number here, 36.41666, and my calculator says whoops, I didn't mean that number there, I meant that number there. Ha, there you go. That's how we make mistakes. That's why it doesn't make any sense. This is the monthly rate. This is the daily rate. So it's this number here times the daily rate. All right, 251 days times 1.2138 blah blah blah. And my calculator says that the seller owes $304.67 for his portion of that policy. So the seller paid $437 in advance for the policy. He has used up, if you will, $304.67 worth of the policy. So let's subtract that number from 437, and my calculator says that $132.34. Now, the seller paid for the policy in advance. The buyer is taking over the policy on February the 16th. The buyer is going to be paying money to the seller. Debit to the buyer, credit to the seller. Seller smiling, buyer's frowning. $132, and I got 34 cents, the book's got 31 cents. That's the difference in rounding when leaving those numbers in the calculator or not. Everybody follow that. Man, that is some tough math. Welcome to North Carolina. Alright, I'm erasing this. Alright, let's go on to question 23, see what's cooking with that. We could use something a little easier, don't y'all agree? Oh my goodness, I don't know if we're going to get it, but we're looking for something a little bit easier. Question 23 says, what is the interest rate on a $100,000 loan with semi-annual interest of $450? What is the interest rate? Now, I don't know if I mentioned this to y'all before, but when I was in the 8th grade, Mr. Adams taught us how to compute interest. And he gave us this little memory peg right here. And on this little memory peg, he said, if you're looking for the formula for interest, there it is. Interest equals P times R times T. Now, if you know the interest, you know the rate, and you're looking for the time, and you're looking for the principal, there's the formula. Principal equals I over R times T. Now, if you're looking for the time, there's the formula. Time equals I over PR, and time is always expressed in years. But in this case, it says, what is the interest rate? So the formula is rate equals I over P times T. That's the formula because you cover up the R, and there's the formula, I over PT. Now the principal is given in the question, and the principal is $10,000. So the principal is $10,000. Now, Mr. Adams told us in the 8th grade that if you take the time and make it 1 year, it just makes the arithmetic easier. You don't have to do it that way, but he says it's just easier to convert the interest, which is always expressed in dollars, to annual interest than it is to convert the years to some sort of weirdo fraction. So he says if you make the time 1 year, now the interest is $450, $450 semi-annual. Well, if we times that by 2, that's $900 per year. So we end up with the interest being $900 and the bottom of the equation being $10,000. Let's put that in the calculator. All right, $900 divided by 10,000. My calculator says 9%. 9%. Now, if you want to just strictly follow the formula, it would be rate equals I over PT. Well, semi-annually, you could make the T 50%. 50% of the year. That would make the principal $10,000, and you would have 10,000 times 0.5, which would make the bottom of the equation 5,000. The top of the equation, given in the question, $450. So you would have $450 divided by 5,000, and you would get the same 0.09. And I assume everybody knows that that number is 9%. 9%. 0.09 is 9%. And that is the way you compute interest. Anytime you know one of these, formula for principal, I over RT, formula for rate, rate equals I over PT, formula for interest, P times R times T, and the formula for time. And that's just a little memory peg that I learned in the 8th grade that I thought everybody knew, but I find out that there's a few people that don't know that. Question 24. Holy moly, another one of these brain buster questions. It says a warehouse is 80 feet wide by 120 feet long with 14-foot high ceilings. If 1,200 square feet of floor surface has been partitioned off, I guess turned into an office, yeah, for an office, how many cubic feet of space will be left in the warehouse? Wow, there you go, folks. Now, we know how to compute square feet. We know that square feet, area equals length times width. So this building is how many feet long? 120 feet long by 80 feet wide. By 80 feet wide. Alright, so we don't know that little gizmo means feet. So area equals length times width. But what we're computing is, I guess they call it volume, whatever you call it, cubic feet. And so we have to consider the 14-foot ceilings. So to figure out how many cubic feet are in the entire building, all right, let's see. We got 120 times 80 times 14. So there is 134,400 feet, cubic feet in the entire building. So the entire building is this many cubic feet. Now, then I guess we got to figure out how many cubic feet are in the office. Well, we know the office is how many? Is 1,200 square feet. So the office is 1,200 square feet. Well, now, by the way, if the office is 1,200 square feet, we've already done length times width to figure that out. We don't know what that is. It could be 10 by 120 or whatever, but we've already figured that out. So if we times that by the 14-foot ceilings, it'll tell us how much volume is in the office. All right, let's try that. 1,200 times 14 feet. My calculator says 16,800 cubic feet. So there's 16,800 cubic feet in the office. There's this many in the total building, so let's subtract the 16,800. Let's subtract the office from the total building. So this is the total building, and we're going to subtract the office from that. All right, let's start over. 134,400 minus 16,800, and my calculator says 117,600 square feet that are left to put merchandise in. What have we rented the warehouse for? And that is choice number D in my book here. So 117,600 is the rest of the warehouse. So figured out what's in the whole building. We figured out what's in the office. Subtract the office from the whole building. And the question is, how much is left? And the answer is 117,600 cubic feet. 117,600 cubic feet. Everybody with me? And number 25. I'm going to erase this. I assume everybody's through with this. Now, number 25. Y'all remember the formula for computing value of a building. For computing the value of a building. Remember, we got I over RV. I over RV, and just like I over PRT, we cover up what we're looking for. You're looking for the income, there's the formula. You're looking for the capitalization rate, there's the formula. You're looking for the value, there's the formula. And in this case, I think we are looking for the value. Question 25 says, what would you pay for this property? So the formula is value equals I over R. Now the R is 12%. Everybody knows that 12% is 0.12 in the calculator. So 12%, and the net income, and in this case they give us the net annual income, so we don't have to do any computing to figure that out. $68,580. So we got value equals $68,580 divided by 0.12. So divided by 0.12. So $68,580 divided by 0.12, and my calculator says $571,500 is the value of that building if you want to get a 12% capitalization rate. So if that's That's what you're looking for. And so that's question 20 through 25 out of this book, Modern Real Estate Practice in North Carolina. And I hope this is a little bit of a help to you. And if I can help you any further, get in touch. Thanks a bunch.